Taoiseach, the dental medical card scheme is in a state of crisis currently. Indeed, it was confirmed to me in a parliamentary question reply that in the period from September 2020 to September 2021, there have been 33 resignations of dental surgeon contractors from the Dental Treatment Services Scheme in my constituency of Laois Offaly alone. This is a crisis that is mirrored in every single region and county right across this state. Indeed, in discussions I had with the Irish Dentists Association on Monday, it was confirmed to me that there are only 750 dentists actively treating medical card patients, which is less than half the number of contracts held by dentists up to 2 years ago. This translates as just one dentist per 2,000 medical card patients, and it is extremely worrying. The scheme is entirely unfit for purpose. It is under-resourced, restrictive to the point that patients can't access the care they need in their local communities, and it supports the extraction of teeth rather than preventative treatments to save teeth. An entirely new scheme is required, and that's coming from the people themselves, the dentists at the coalface. Taoiseach, there are now enormous and serious concerns regarding access to dental care for children also. Over the past decade, there has been a 30% decline in the number of dentists in the public dental service, despite a 23% increase in the number of eligible under-16s due for assessments. Understaffing of the school screening system means that the number of children being seen for targeted check-ups is a fraction of what it really should be. What is also alarming is that the Irish Dental Association say that its members have been repeatedly denied meaningful engagement with the Department of Health, whether through representation in the development of policy or constructive engagement in its preparation. We have been promised reform of the Dental Act 1985 for more than a decade now, and this needs to be given urgent priority by government. But what I want to ask you here today is whether the Department of Health will respond positively in the near future to the Irish Dental Association request, communicated 2 months ago to the Department, for the appointment of an independent chair and confirmation of a framework for negotiations equivalent to that agreed with the Irish Medical Organisation 7 years ago. And finally, will you accept, Taoiseach, that the current crisis is widening the divide in oral health status according to income levels, thereby prohibiting general dentists in their wish to provide access for all of the community to essential and routine dental care?
Taoiseach. First of all, I thank the Deputy for raising what is a very important issue, and I do acknowledge that there are significant challenges in terms of fully implementing the Dental Treatment Services Scheme, which provides dental care free of charge to medical card holders aged 16 and over. And as you know, these services are provided by independent dental practitioners who have a contract with the Health Services Executive. And I know you've spoken eloquently and you've been in touch with the Irish Dental Association, but in the end of the day, the Irish Dental Association are in discussions on that contract with the Department of Health and the HSE, and they're in discussions in respect of the Dental Treatment Services Scheme. And we must always be mindful, and you have suggested through the lobbying of the Irish Dental Association that there would be an independent chair appointed to those talks. So acknowledging in reality that there is an industrial relations dimension to this, and there's a contractual dimension to this, which we cannot lose sight of. But that said, additional funding was provided in the budget, over 10 million above the 56 million that was in the base in terms of the existing level of service. So that's up to 66 million now for the operation of the scheme. And also, in terms of the policy, which has been developed, I would have thought, in consultation with all involved in terms of slowing to the National Oral Health Policy, which was published in 2019. And the Minister met with, the Minister at that stage had met with representatives of the Irish Dental Association late in November in 2020. Then there was follow-up discussions with officials. They've been engaging on a constant basis with the IDA with a view to contractual engagement. So this is about a contract. and we need to go into this with our eyes wide open. At the same time, there has been a reduction in over 200 private dentists holding a DTSS contract to provide dental care to medical card holders. However, approximately 1,200 contracted dentists continue to provide oral health care to medical card holders under the DTSS. And recent figures show, as you've said, that there have been about 85 resignations from the DTSS so far this year. There's also been 81 new contracts issued. And we are aware that more dentists, particularly recent graduates, have also been joining established dental practices. As they usually, at the outset, provide services under the contract with the practice owner, they're not included in the figures for dental contractors. So, the public dental service, the salaried service, will provide emergency and routine care to children under the age of 16 years of age. Overall, we do want to get these issues resolved, and I will again engage with the Minister for Health on this matter and with the HSE in respect of the discussions that are ongoing. But I'm very mindful that in matters of this kind, we do have to give space for those discussions to continue also to get a resolution that's fair to everybody.
Deputy Nolan.
Taoiseach, I thank you for your response, but we do have to remember here that reform of the Dental Act 1985 has been promised now for the last decade. There are difficulties at play, certainly are, and certainly from speaking to the dentists, there's a lot of frustration, which would indicate that there hasn't been meaningful dialogue with the department. And that's what concerns me, because these issues should have been ironed out long ago and the matters resolved in terms of making sure that people have access to dental treatment. And that's the real core issue here, that people don't have enough access and that there has been 33 resignations in Laois Offaly alone. But what I want to stress to you again is that, there needs to be some commitment from the department in terms of an appointment of an independent chair and confirmation of a framework for negotiations equivalent to that agreed with the Irish Medical Organisation 7 years ago. And finally, I want to ask you if you will request that the Minister for Health publish the report commissioned by the HSE on orthodontic care and treatment as an important first step in debating how best to tackle these persistent difficulties that have led to so few dentists and have led to 33 resignations in Laois Offaly. Garv Market.
Again, I thank the Deputy, and I will talk to the Minister for Health in relation to the publication of that report on orthodontic care. As I said earlier, these are negotiations and discussions that involve contractors seeking a better contract, which will involve additional resources from the taxpayer in respect of those contracts to provide for then care for those who have medical cards. And we want to provide, obviously, for free dental care for those with medical cards, but there is, as it always is in contractual negotiations, two sides to every story. And I think it's important, and I'm informed that officials in the Department of Health and the HSE are in discussions. Double check that again with the Minister and the officials. And that's what I've been informed with the Irish Dental Association on matters concerning the Dental Treatment Services Scheme, and that all of the matters raised by the Irish Dental Association are under discussion. That's what I have been informed. So I will revert back with your views to the Minister.
Thank you very much, Taoiseach.